Hello students, welcome to the Pol Science class of class 11. You know we are continuing the chapter Constitution, Why and How. Today we shall read about the resolution, means objective resolution, which were taken in the time of making Constitution. What are these resolutions? These are India is an it will be wait some yes India is an independent sovereign republic. India shall be a union of erstwhile British Indian territories. Indian states and other parts outside British India and Indian states as are willing to be a part of the union. But it is said that India as a country at that time, in the time of independence, also has not come out. Means still there were some another foreign countries. Mean in some portion there were French colonies. In some portion there were our jamindars or princely states. That is why it is said that India. As the British Indian territories it was before, India should represent itself as a union. And many British Indian part which were all the means the part of the British India will be taken as an Indian union. Means there were some other states also which were in India, but they were not, that those states were not independent at that time. Means which were under the French colonies, or some states were under some princely states, means under some jamindars or some kings. Okay. Territories forming the union shall be autonomous units and exercise all powers and functions of the government and administration except those assigned to or vested in the union. What it is said that in the union which territories will be there, same or equal power or status will be given to all the territories. Like means it will be like a federational government. All powers and authority of sovereign and independent India and its constitution shall flow from the people. Of course, means as it is a democracy, as it will be a democratic government, so people should be first and foremost important to the constitution. Means as the democracy is for the people, of the people and by the people. All people of India shall be guaranteed and secured social, economical and political justice. All people, irrespective of caste, creed and sex. All people should get equal social status, economical status and political justice. And equality of status and opportunities and equality before law and fundamental freedoms of speech, expression, belief, faith, worship, vocation, association and action. Understood? Subject to law and public morality. Means whatever the law will be, that will be also same to all citizens, and which will be the public morality, that will be also to the all people will be same. Come to the next point. The minorities, backward and tribal areas, depressed and other backward classes shall be provided adequate safeguards. Means the minorities classes, means the tribal communities, means who are deprived of education during British India, if they are now also, means at the time of the independence also they became deprived, so they cannot participate in the mainstream of forming government. Okay, so the minorities and the backward tribal areas also have to come into the front in making of government, in giving their suggestions. That is why some rules or some reservations, some conservations should be made for them. The territorial integrity of the republic and its sovereign right on land, sea and air shall be maintained according to justice and law of civilized nations. Yes, means all the territorial integrity, there should be harmony in all the tribal community, and its sovereign right means everyone should have the right on land, sea and air, and these should be maintained according to the justice and law of civilized nation. The land would make full and willing contribution to the promotion of world peace and welfare of mankind. Of course, means in India, this land should ensure that they will be peaceful land, they will be peaceful country, and they should try to do something for the welfare of mankind. Okay. What should be the institutional arrangement of this? Means this is everything is a written thing in a book called constitution, but who will execute this? How all the laws, all the principles should be executed? For this, some institutional arrangement we need. I hope you can understand. To ensure effectiveness of a constitution is a balanced arrangement of the institution of government. The governmental power is distributed among the various institutions like legislative, judiciary and executive. Okay, these three institutions should execute all the rules and laws, all the things which are written in the constitution. So at last, what should we conclude? We must conclude that it is a tribute to the wisdom and foresight of the makers of the constitution that they presented to the nation a document that enshrined fundamental values and highest aspirations shared by people. Means through constitution, means we should pay tribute to the wisdom and the foresight of the makers. Means they did not think only about those time. They had to think about past times and they had to think about the future, so that all citizens of India should get equal status, equal right, equality in everywhere. Okay. And India's constitution is a unique document which is in turn became an exemplar for many other constitutions, most notably for South Africa. Means what? Means India's constitution is a unique document, and it became exemplar. Means many other countries followed Indian constitution to make their constitution. For example, South Africa. Okay. So students, I hope you have enjoyed this class, and this chapter is finished here. Any other chapter will be started in any other class. Till then, stay inside, stay safe and be happy. Love you all, my dears. Bye.